So today's topic is UK supermarkets. And I don't know why, but I'm weirdly excited about this one. It sounds like a very boring topic, but weirdly, I'm quite excited to talk about this one. So in the UK, well, I think in every country there is a certain number of supermarkets that everybody knows and that are just the most common. So the big supermarket chains. And in the UK, we have some that are international, ones that everybody will recognize, and then some that are unique to the UK. So let's start with the one that I go to most often, and that is Lidl. So Lidl is a very international one, especially across Europe. Most people will go to Lidl themselves, or at least know of it. Now I shop here because it is the cheapest amongst all of the UK supermarkets. So you have Lidl and Aldi, which I think they have an interesting history. I'm pretty sure they were both supermarkets were started by this. I don't know how to explain this. There were two brothers, and one of them, or they both set up a supermarket and then they fell out with each other, so the other one set up the other supermarket. I don't know. Lidl and Aldi, they look the same. They're relatively similar in terms of pricing, and that's because they are literally brothers. I might have completely made that up. If somebody knows more about this than me, please write this in the comments for us. But anyway, you have Lidl and Aldi, and they're kind of the same, but different. And I shop at Lidl. And Lidl is well known for having a very nice bakery. The bakery selection at Lidl is the best among all of the UK supermarkets. And I think everybody, most people at least, will agree on this. And then you have, let's go with Asda next. Asda, A-S-D-A. And this one has green branding. Now, I've never really been to Asda that much. Fun fact, it used to be owned by Walmart, or at least the company, the parent company that owns Walmart in the US, which is a very big famous one, also used to own Asda, but I don't think they do anymore. That's a fun fact about Asda. The next one, Morrisons. I don't know if Morrisons is international. Who knows? But I used to go to Morrisons quite a lot. It is definitely a bit more expensive than Lidl, but I always used to fill up my car at Morrisons just because it had the most convenient fuel station to where I lived. So I would often pop into Morrisons, the main shop. I'd also quickly I'd quickly go into Morrisons to grab a few bits, to pick up some snacks, probably snacks and sun cream. That's all I ever really need. Okay, so Lidl, Aldi, Asda, Morrisons. Let's go with M&S next. So Marks and Spencer. Mark and Spencer. I don't know. I don't know if it's Mark and Spencer, Marks and Spencer, or Marks and Spencers. We just say M&S. M&S. Now M&S is like it's a very fancy one. Very fancy. It's very nice. Everything's very nice from there. I don't think we've got a big one near me at home. We have one very small one that is attached to a fuel station, which isn't very fancy, is it? But it's very expensive, but the stuff is very nice. And talking about fancy, the fanciest, the most expensive, the poshest supermarket chain in the UK is Waitrose. Now, I can't tell you anything about Waitrose because I've never been to it. Well, I can tell you one thing, and that is that it has a reputation for being ridiculously expensive. Now, I imagine the quality of the products in Waitrose is very good, but I don't know, because I'm not rich. And then last but definitely not least, is Tesco. Now, I might be wrong, but Tesco, I think, is like the most popular. I think it's almost like, I think it's the most, or I think it's the biggest. I think they offer the widest range of things, and yeah, they're just very popular. They are the kings of meal deals, which I have spoken before. So you get a main, a snack, and a drink. I think they kind of started it, and they have the best ones. And they just have everything. They have these massive shops, the Tesco Extras, like a superstore. And Tesco's my favourite. It is definitely way more expensive than Lidl and Aldi, but you can get so much there. And I think I grew up going to Tesco. So my parents always used to shop at Tesco. And Tesco offers a lot of other kind of services as well, like banking services and credit cards and all that stuff. And yeah, I think that's why I'm just the most familiar with them. And I don't know, Tesco has my heart, if we could say that. But yeah, for now at least, I will be shopping with Lidl. Where do you guys shop? Let me know in the comments.